Yep, they let him out.
A judge reduced his bond this morning from $1 million to $250,000. He's facing a murder charge after police say he stabbed another teenager, Austin Metcalf, while at a track meet at a Frisco high school. Stephen Dial is in McKinney with more. Stephen.
Karmelo Anthony left the Collin County Jail in a suit but had nothing to say to the reporters before he got into that vehicle. The district court judge says that she looked at all the factors in this case, him not having a criminal history, and that led to her making her decision to reduce his bond. 17-year-old Karmelo Anthony was silent after bonding out of the Collin County Jail and being placed on house arrest.
How is this self-defense?
2 days after the family of Austin Metcalf buried their son, they were at the Collin County Courthouse for a bond reduction hearing Monday. Karmelo Anthony is accused of stabbing and killing Metcalf at a Frisco track meet earlier this month. The case has quickly become national news, drawing a lot of attention, resulting in threats and increased security at the courthouse.
Threats and, talk of race war and all kinds of insanity isn't good for, obviously, the Anthony family. It's not good for the Metcalf family.
Cameras were not allowed inside the courtroom, but we did capture the Anthony family arriving. His father, Andrew, testified in the hearing. District Court Judge Angela Tucker said that she's never gotten this volume of calls and had to have this level of security in the courtroom in her 13 years on the bench. Court documents say Anthony stabbed Metcalf during a fight. When an officer arrived, court documents say Anthony told the officer, "I was protecting myself." Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis spoke after the hearing.
The judge has made the call, and so what's important is what's next, and it's our job to be level-headed, to be fact-based, and to follow the truth wherever it leads.
Anthony's father testified he's taking a leave from work because of the incident, and his wife is a stay-at-home mother with 3 other children. During the hearing, the prosecution brought up the fact that more than $400,000 have been raised for the Anthony family, saying a reduction is not needed because they have the funds. A big question in this case will be, why did Anthony bring a weapon to a high school stadium? It's a question that was asked of his attorney.
That's an understandable question, but it's not something that, frankly, we're prepared to even go into.
Now, in the opening statement to the media from that interview that you just heard, he led with talking about self-defense. Again, the court documents mention self-defense. We'll have to wait and see how that defense will be made in court when things pan out. Now, according to the judge, the terms of the bond are house arrest and ankle monitor. She told him to stay off social media, and he has to personally call her bailiff every Friday morning, not his parents, but him. And there's a list of other things that is set, and if he violates that, he'll return to the Collin County Jail.
Unfortunately, but I seen it coming. With him being a first-time offender, not a flight risk, he's going to get the chance to go home. He's still going to get prosecuted, still going to prison for a good amount of time, which is reasonable. I see the narrative online where they're saying it's a lot of black and white issue. Like I said, once again, I don't think it's the case. I really do think Austin had a mixed diversity of friends. He was very diverse in that field. I'm not going to speculate that it is a black and white thing. I think that narrative is being pushed more so for the agenda of trying to start some type of race war. I hope that's not the case, especially in Texas, because you know how they get down out there. I lived out there for a good period, so the tension is always in the air out there. But one thing I do want to say is I see it's a lot of blame on Karmelo for his action, which is reasonable. I understand he did pull out the knife and stab the young Metcalf. I was just going over and thought, like, where's the blame to be placed? Is it 50-50 blame? Is 50% of the blame Karmelo's and 50% of the blame Austin? Or is it 80-20? I'm not sure, but I know for a fact I can't just put all of this on Karmelo. heavy burden is on him, but all of it, no. A percentile has to go towards some of the action that Austin unfortunately gave out, and this is what ultimately led to his demise. Um, I think I see it's a little. I don't know how true the narrative is. Maybe a little bullying that was possibly happening. I doubt that as well. I do feel like maybe he was trying to be more of the alpha in that position where he may have been a bigger guy. He's seen a stranger in a position where he could be an enforcer, so he took it to action. But I do think that the situation could have been avoided at all. I think with Carmelo being released, this is all for the hype. This is all for entertainment. I think that the world, the government want to run content, get this as a national headline, get this on the front pages, get a lot of people talking and debating of what's going on in the society. That's a big reason I think that they let him go so that he can be out and people can debate rather or not that he should be out. Um, but this dude give us a chance to observe him as he is out because he will not spend the rest of his life in prison. I doubt they'll give him a life in prison while he's in the process of being prosecuted for the crime. We get a chance to see his actions and how he move about in society before they give him his sentence. So if he violates before he gets sentenced, then we'll know, hey, he's not taking it serious. Give him the max. We'll see him at the end of it. But if he gets out and follow all the guidelines and rules of the judge of the court, then they will show him a leniency, and which is respectable and which is foreseeable. So once again, I hate to see that this situation has come to this. A young man loses his life over senseless violence. Um, I don't think it was premeditated. I don't think he came to kill. I know the Metcalf family is distraught. I know that the Anthony family is going through it as well. Prayers to both sides. But I do not think the trial is going to go in favor of Karmelo Anthony. I do think it's going to be a swift, I hope it's a swift one, but I do anticipate them trying to prolong it and get a little more light on it and stir up and get under the skins of all the extremists out here on both sides. So hopefully we all as a people stay grounded, stick to the facts, see what comes out in the case, and get a proper judgment decided. I appreciate you guys always tapping in with me. Like, subscribe, share the video. Let me know how you feel about the Karmelo Anthony getting released for bond situation. Should the judge have granted it or not? Do you believe that this trial is going to be lengthy or a speedy one? I am definitely interested in your comments. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about this situation. Until next time.